Hello, welcome back. It's Stan the Riverman coming to you from the banks of the Licking River in Covington, Kentucky. Today is November 17th, Sunday, 2022. And if you stick with the entire video, I have another section that I'm putting a plug in for the veterans on Veterans Day. So this was filmed kind of backwards. I filmed Veterans Day section first, but let's carry on. So why am I here? I'm here to talk about planting trees, of course, and planting seeds, turning trees from seeds into flourishing trees. And today I'm going to share a happy story, a sycamore success story. And I just happen to have some sycamore seeds, pods, ooh, see these guys, with me. This is from a couple years ago, but I collected. And that year, actually it was my first video. And when I spread them, I spread out, oh, I don't know, tons of them, literally not a ton, but a wheelbarrow load. How's that? A wheelbarrow load of these things, which, you know, that's quite a few. So I expected some happy results. And unfortunately, nature had other plans, which it usually does. But I didn't give up. Call me crazy, call me whatever you want. But I stuck out with it last year because there was a lot of fresh construction sites turned over soil. The Sanitation District, SD1, and the Army Corps Engineers had Duke Energy did a construction site, which is riff-raff rock, and they removed the bank and then put the rock and iron back, which I'll be on that later in the video. But all this exposed soil I thought would be perfect for planting sycamore seeds. So I took these seeds, just like that, and spread these bad boys out and let nature take its course. But I think the problem was that with these particular sycamore, this one here is too hard. These particular, which kind of proves my point, was that they weren't ready to germinate. This one, okay, see how this fluffy this is? But so the seeds probably weren't viable, but I didn't know that. The tree was pushed over by a bulldozer. I seen all these on the tree and I picked them off the tree. Don't pick them off the tree, pick them off the ground. Remember that, pick them up off the ground. When you find them on the ground, they'll for sure, well, I shouldn't say for sure, nothing's for sure in nature, but the probabilities increase that they'll be viable and will germinate. So why do I like sycamore trees? One of my favorite trees beside oak trees is because I call it an indestructible river tree. It's almost fisherman proof. That fishermen, you know, they hate trees. At least the fishermen down here along the Licking River hate trees, because I've seen them pull out seedlings I planted, which were 4-year-olds, 4 foot tall. They jerked them out of the ground. I know that because I had witnesses tell me they stopped them. So it's not just an urban tale. But the main reason I like sycamore trees is because, besides being indestructible, is they got a hell of a root system. So here's a young sycamore tree that I would imagine is probably about 10 years old, because I watched this tree grow up. And I trimmed this tree, so that's why it's got a mostly straight trunk. But look at the roots on this, how they dig into the soil and hold the bank. And you can see from looking at the shoreline that there's erosion everywhere but where this sycamore tree is. So yes, they do hold the riverbank. And that's my objective here, is to try to slow down erosion. I'm not going to stop all the erosion, but through my experiments down here, I'm trying to show it is possible, it's feasible. And the average guy, average woman can go out, collect some sycamore pods off the ground like these, spread these seeds out, and then come back next June or July and see if anything came up. And if it did come up, mark the little seedlings. That's what I do. I mean, well, I used to mark them. Correction, I used to mark them, and then some vandals decided it was like an Easter egg hunt. Let's go find the orange ribbons. Ooh, you know, and cut them, break them, whatever. So if you're dealing in an urban, if you're planting in an urban environment, grow up planting, keep that in mind. There's some real idiots here. I guess there's idiots out in the rural environments too. So probably idiots everywhere. Correct. So the point of today's video is that sycamore trees are really, really good for around watersheds, creeks, rivers, lakes, shorelines. And a good idea is to plant before the erosion gets too bad, to try to stay ahead of it. That way the trees are established. When the shoreline catches up to it, you've got something that acts as a buffer. So that's the point of today's video, and the rest of the video will kind of reinforce that. I'm going to show you different stages of sycamores so that you can identify sycamores. You can tell by the bark how it peels on the outside, and the white, always kind of white and shiny. This one young tree doesn't have any pods on it, but at this time of year you will be able to see the pods on the mature trees. But follow along. Hope you have a enjoyable time watching the video. Oh, I'm up to 100 subscribers. Yahoo! Who'd have thought it? Who'd have thunk it, huh? I mean, seriously. I mean, I'm just a erp for nerp out here just trying to wing it, and I know it's obvious I'm winging it, but anyway, let's have fun. Let's try to support nature. I mean, every little bit helps. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging with me. Catch you on the next part of my video. See ya.